Hello student ambassadors, this is Casey Phelps with Instructional Technology here at HEB ISD. Email is often the most common form of communication in professionals. That being said, it's also one-dimensional and leaves out human emotion that is often a vital portion of successful communication. Texting, online communication, social media, etc., they have the same limitations. However, being a more casual form of communication allows for emojis, emoticons, and other forms of more casual language to convey emotions. Tip number 1. Use a descriptive and a specific subject line that will help you and the user identify the particular email conversation in the future. I'll just go ahead and tell you, this is also not the place for the body of your email. Tip number 2, starting with the person's name is always a good rule of thumb. Tip number 3, reread the sender's original email to ensure that you're answering what has actually been asked, that you're answering everything, and that you haven't forgotten anything vital. Tip number 4, use proper grammar and avoid using any emojis or texting shortcuts. Just in case you don't believe me, I've included an article you can click on right in the video and read more about how jobs feel about emojis in email. Tip number 5, take a second look before you send. Proofreading for meaning, spelling, grammar, and yes, autocorrect. Especially when you're using your phone as the main form of communication. Number 6, respond promptly. We are all busy and it's really easy to forget and not follow up later again. Part of learning to effectively communicate is to prioritize and organize so that you can manage your inbox. Many of us slip into casual communication because we are answering or working off of our phones. We may also have multiple accounts we're working from or a very cluttered inbox because we're just entering a new phase where email is becoming essential. Many times, these accounts were created for social media, so we've never used them for the purpose of communication, much less professional communication. Organizing, then, all of the college applications, things from school, elective programs, and personal communication becomes overwhelming. So let's tame our inbox. So here's a few ideas on just how to do that. First off, dedicate a time that you will work on emails. I know, this seems silly, but if you don't make time for it, it will often come last. You will miss out on important information, deadlines, or opportunities because you delayed or forgot. Next, go through emails that don't need a follow-up. They don't need you to do anything or responses, and just go ahead and clear them out of your inbox. So do you delete or do you archive? Do you think that you may need this email again? Then go ahead and archive it. Otherwise, if you're looking at spam, subscriptions you've already read, coupons from your favorite stores that have expired, go ahead and start deleting these. And if you have subscriptions that are no longer bringing you value, unsubscribe. It is worth your time. Now, on to emails that you do need to do something about. Prioritize. How long is it going to take to complete the action? 5 minutes or less, easy replies, easy responses, completing an easy to-do list, putting something on your calendar, things like that. Go ahead and do them, then archive them. If it will take you more time or needs other actions for you to do before responding, use a task manager, a to-do list, notes app, calendar, etc. to go ahead and put those where they need to go to come back to and be able to make a response. Next up, organization. When you're using the browser, I'm using Gmail as my example here, there are often many ways to organize the emails. When you come up to the search bar and select the down arrow, it's actually giving you some options. So this one might be a great time to actually put in the words student ambassador is always going to be included when they send you emails. Obviously, I'm not going to have any student ambassador emails. This is my personal email, but I can create a filter for that. And it's going to give me different options for what I want to happen to that email when it arrives. So one option is to star it. One option is to skip the inbox altogether and it's going to archive it. You can choose to come to a label where it actually goes into its own folder as well. This is going to be like your folders. You can create or choose labels. And so this one might just be a new label. It might again be student ambassador. and go ahead and create. And when that happens, then you can also apply to all of the matching conversations folder. In this case, off to the side, they're in the labels over here. Then you hit create filter and it's ready to go. Another way of looking at this is to also select the email that you're actually looking for, like this one, going through the 3 dots and filtering messages like these. It's going to give you criteria based off of the email that you selected. You can put more criteria in, but otherwise you can create a filter. This one, I'm just going to apply the label. I'm going to apply it to the other ones in the conversation and create filter. All of the ones that were selected will automatically go into that folder. Now, notice when I did that, a new tag shows up. When I select that, I can also look at it in the email itself. Okay? So maybe I don't want this tag anymore, or maybe I want a new tag. Maybe I want to flag it as something that's important. I can click on it and show Gmail that I want that to be something that's important, or maybe I don't want that to be important. Again, my labels can be up here, and I can label a bunch of different ideas if I wanted to. When it does that, they're going to show up here. Now, another way of showing up, because when you look at my emails again, they're all gray. If I wanted one of these to show up as a different color, I can come over here to the flags and actually select a label color. I should do one that I'm actually using. Then I'm going to see them as they come up more often. And on your phone, you can see the tags work the same way to help you organize and sort through things that you are looking for and finding what's really important.